counting down 10 board games that we're desperate to get off the shelf of shame.
Hi, I'm Julian and this is Libby and we are from BoxedMeeples. So today we're counting down 10 games that we need to get off the shelf of shame.
Yes, we do play a lot of games. Obviously we do some for content and that are sent to us, so they end up priorities with a lot of deadlines, but they're games that we have brought ourselves with good intentions of getting played that have just sat there. And sometimes they're more rules heavy, sometimes that's not even a good excuse. And so we have a week off coming up together towards the end of the month, and what we thought what we would do is prioritise a couple of days within that time to get gaming and play the ones that we've had sat there that we've been desperate to play, that we're really excited for, but we just haven't had the opportunity to start learning. And if we do this video now, we'll have to learn the rules and we'll have to do it.
We're kind of committing to it. If we put it on YouTube, it means it has to happen. So what we've done is we've picked 5 games each from our shelves that we haven't played at all.
Yes, we've never played them, and they've all been games, just for your information, they're all games that we have purchased with our own monies ourselves. So do you want to start off with number 10?
I'll kick us off with number 10. Now, a game I've wanted for a while, but it's not been readily available in the UK, and we saw it in a toy shop, and it's Disney Sidekicks. Now, we saw this super cheap. I very nearly imported it from America. I didn't know it was going to come to this country. Some of these Disney licensed games we just don't get here. So I was tempted to bring it in because it's by Eric Lang, and he's done some fantastic games. So Disney and a proven designer seems like a marriage made in heaven. However, it's not had the best reviews.
It hasn't. I have had some sort of questionable opinions. But
spurned on by our love of Lorcana, I'm thinking, well, we're playing a lot of Lorcana, yet there's a Disney game on our shelf we haven't played. So I want to prioritise playing Disney Sidekicks. And that's kind of as an extra included in this. If it's a very short game and we've played it and we're like, well, that wasn't great, we can play some Gargoyles, because I also have Disney Gargoyles as well.
You cheated and put 2 in 1.
I'm stealth putting in unplayed Disney games as a thing, because I love the TV show Gargoyles growing up. It's very much my thing. So to have a game of it, I was very excited by it. I've painted the minis and we haven't played it. So one of those will be played in our week off.
I should have left you a spot for honourable mention, shouldn't I? Because you've just gone and cheated.
I mean, it's swung it anyway.
2 in 1. So for me, my number 9 is Revive. Now this is a game that I picked up at Essen last year. Essen is next month. Yep. And yeah, it's been sat on the shelf. I've heard some great reviews about this one. I have had the rulebook out once or twice, but not entirely. I've not kind of set up the game to go, but I've just sort of glanced through and watched a few kind of bits of content on how to play or reviews and give me an idea of it. But yeah, we haven't got it to the table. I'm going back to Essen again, so I need to play it before we go again. Otherwise, I can't justify any new purchases whilst I'm there. This is like a civ building kind of game, and those are ones that we have really enjoyed this year, actually. Several civ building style of games. It looks really, really interesting. It's just dedicating the time to learning and getting it to the table. So I'm excited for that one.
Some bedtime reading of the rulebook for you.
Yes. Well, I'm going away, so hopefully I can take a couple of rulebooks with me.
Take a lot of rulebooks with you.
Yeah.
Good plan. Now, our number 8. It's a game I got at the Bring and Buy. And it's Portal.
At the UK Games Expo?
Yes, so Portal. I really love the Portal games. You've never played those. I don't know if you're aware of them or know anything about them.
I've heard the name of them. I haven't really. I know there's something to do with cake.
No, the cake's a lie.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. There's not anything to... I'm confused already.
So yeah, I got it at the expo because I was intrigued by the idea of the game. We we've brought it home, I've checked the components, ready to play it. I don't think it's a very long game. It's certainly not a very complicated game. Why have we not got it to the table? Let's change that. So I would like to play some Portal. And just see. I know very little about the game, so it'd be interesting to see. I've got nothing really to compare it to, so I'm going to be pleased with it. But yeah, let's play a bit of that.
Excellent. I'll be intrigued to see what the sort of BGG ratings and things like that are, because obviously it's not like a big title that you'd see in board game stores like all over the place as a general thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the sort of slightly more niche element of that is. Whilst we're on the UK Games Expo, my number 7 is Vindication. It's this huge, great big box that I couldn't resist buying at UK Games Expo. I picked it up from Chaos Cards. It's one I kicked myself for not backing on Kickstarter at the time. We picked up the Archive of Ancients, which I'd also looked at in terms of late backing kind of thing, and then thought, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Really love the idea of this game. You've sort of been chucked off outcast because you're a bit of a rogue, and you end up on this island, you're exploring, you're pulling together a sort of clan of friends, people, making new enemies, who knows, trying to vindicate yourself from your previous bad ways. Which I quite enjoy that theme of it, and from what I've seen of the game, it looks great. And it is a big hefty box, which tends to be my downfall, unfortunately.
Well, I was about to say, I've chosen quite light games. You've got a lot more reading to do, a lot more game learning to do.
No one said that we had to each learn our own games, did they?
I think that was implicit.
Was it? Right. Excellent. Anyone want to come over and
Off the teach.
Spot
me.
So I had been desperate to get this game basically for quite a long time, and I probably, if I had just seen the base game, I probably would have just got that. But then they didn't have any of those there. They just had the big Archive of the Ancients box. So what's it else supposed to do? I mean, honestly. But yeah, I don't want to have that one doing a revive and sitting on the shelf for a whole year before we do get it played. So I feel like this is going to be a good opportunity to kind of get our teeth into that and have a little see. I have heard several reviews that I've watched as well. So I have done a little bit of groundwork on some of these ones because I get excited about having got them. It's just getting them to the table.
Yeah. I didn't just get small games at the UK Games Expo. When we were at Hachette Games, our friends there had a copy they put aside of Outlive for us. Now, you first mentioned Outlive at the end of the year. I hadn't heard of it.
Oh, it was a long time before that. I had it on a Christmas list for you.
Oh, okay.
I'd seen it on the Dice Tower.
Yes, I saw it was on their list of top 100 games. I think it was on Mike Delicia's top 5, maybe. I'm going to say very high.
It's been on his top lists for like at least 2 years, maybe 3 back to back. I can't quite remember the details, but it's been there a while, and that's when I first clocked it and sort of added to a wish list, thinking, well, if ever I see that around, that sounds right up your street for a Christmas present.
It looks really great. So it's a post-apocalyptic world. It's worker placement, very limited places, so you end up having conflict about what remaining places you are, conflict about what remaining resources you've got, and we got the big one.
Yes, the collector's edition.
I'm really chuffed that we essentially got the Kickstarter version, so we've got everything you could possibly get for that for a really great price from Hachette. And yeah, I've been itching to play it. It's not even unwrapped. No. I haven't even taken the shrink wrap off it yet. And
which is unusual for us. Normally the second they get in the house, they're unshrinked, but I suppose,
we haven't done it for that.
Not for that one.
And considering how excited I was to get it and how I was like, oh, you got a copy, put it aside for us, we will buy that from you. It just seems strange that now been a few months now since the expo.
Well, we did put it aside to sort of make a thing of having got it as a gift.
Yes.
I think the ones that then came back from UK Games Expo and were sort of immediately unshrinked and rifled through. This one was put aside to not do that because we were sort of
saving
preserving it for a special occasion. And then since then we haven't sort of done that. Because it missed its chance for all that unwrap fun.
We've enjoyed the box. It looks very pretty.
I mean, it's pride of place, like
it's very prominent. So really keen to get that. Going to open up, look at stuff, read the rules, immerse myself in that, because I think it's going to be we certainly have all the miniatures.
Right.
It's a very, very nice version. And it's a game we're really excited about. So we need to get it.
Yes, yeah. So in here at number 5 in the countdown, my next game on the list is Bamboo. I don't know how we haven't made time to play this already. We've had it for a while.
No, and the silly thing was you were surrounded by it at the Games Expo.
Yeah, and I still haven't. I was on the stand showing it off, and I still didn't get a chance to play it because I was so busy with some of the other games. But I mean, we love the Japanese themed games. We love Bitoku, which is set in that world. Everything about this that I've seen seems great. I mean, you're moving these little different coloured bamboo sticks. You're trying to get your sort of feng shui correct with your house on either side. Everything in perfect balance. And there's a cute little panda family.
Say one of those panda family.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Exactly. Devir games are really hitting the spot for us for sure.
Certainly are.
Lately, as I mentioned, Bitoku, Lacrimosa we really enjoyed. Can't wait for White Castle.
Yeah.
So need to get this one off and out done so we're ready to start playing White Castle the moment we can.
Bamboo's a little bit deceptive because it's in a tiny box. Can't remember where it is.
It's just behind you.
There. Just there. So, tiny box, really deep, complex game. It's not as complex as Bitoku, but it's deceptively a lot here. There's a lot to think about.
And that's something that Devir do really well, in my opinion. Like, if you look at Red Cathedral and Contractors, White Castle's coming up, same designers, same size box. They ram content into those boxes. They're full to the brim, stuffed really, packed economically.
And there's a lot of decision making to make in Bamboo, so it's not a simple, easy, quick filler game by any stretch of the imagination. It's a kind of main event game, and I'm really looking forward to playing because I've heard so many great things about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 4 on the list of top 10 games you need to get off the shelf of shame is Viticulture World. I've had this since my birthday.
You have, yeah.
That's bad.
Months ago.
And I list Viticulture in my top games. I love Viticulture. We loved it even more after Tuscany, and just having a co-op mode means you can't destroy me when we play it. We win or lose together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very good at making wine.
I mean, there's no I in wine team.
Not when you spell it with a Y.
So yeah, Viticulture World. Love Viticulture. Heard lovely things about this.
I'm excited to explore the different sort of like the world element, the locations, and what the different areas do differently and things.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the idea of that, because obviously Viticulture is just based in Italy, but we know there's a great big world of wine out there, as the name suggests.
I mean, and we've got a great big box with the wine in it, and we're not making the most of the wine crate yet.
No, the extent of our Viticulture World was in a wine crate, and then we've got everything for Viticulture. We've got all of the kind of main expansions. We haven't got the visitors expansions. We didn't get those, but we have little wine bottles we play with.
Yes.
You've got the lovely resources for that. With the different.
Oh,
for my
yes,
birthday.
I printed out the buildings and everything in a 3D print as a.
So we have this lovely version of Viticulture, which we haven't taken full advantage of, and a whole expansion for a game we absolutely love, which we haven't played. What is that about? What are we thinking?
We're going to rectify it. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we need to start on this shame.
In at number 3 is a game with a little bit of stargazing.
Right.
And I love a bit of stars. It is Wayfarers. And I've played a few of the games from those worlds and really enjoyed all of them. And this is the only one that we actually own at the moment. But I can see myself definitely going down this South Tigris route and then ending up expanding further because
horizontally.
Yeah.
Across the
going
series.
backwards, forwards, getting the whole set. Architects is a game that I've really enjoyed particularly. And Wayfarers, again, I have sort of had it out a little bit, some of the components on the table to have a look, to try to kind of get a grip of it, but actually playing it we haven't quite done. And I think that I'd almost got to the point where we could have tabled it
We
because I'd
nearly
learned
did.
enough.
I think we got it out.
Yeah.
We went to play and then something happened and we didn't get that evening to playing it. It was the closest I think we've got to any on the list.
Any of them on the list, and I think now, because that was a little way back, it's now like, I can't really remember. I'm going to have to start again with because we didn't actually play it. It doesn't sort of cement in your mind, so I'm going to have to go back over all of that again, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I really like that idea of kind of going out and seeing what the stars are doing and all of that kind of thing. So, and they have such a great track record in terms of games. They always sort of hit well. So yeah, excited to play that one.
So if we really love Viticulture, we really, really love Scythe.
Yeah, we do.
It was my top game until Root came along. It's always been in my top 5. Love Scythe. We played it so many times. We haven't played any expeditions, and we even got
Ironclad.
We got the early doors edition. We're like, as soon as we found out we were able to buy it with Stonemaier, we were in it. We wanted it before it went to general retail release. We wanted it in our collection to play, and we haven't played it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a difficult one to table.
No.
I think both of us have seen enough about
I've seen some
one.
tutorials. There's a really good Rodney tutorial on it. Fun with Boxes, I've also covered a less comprehensive tutorial on it. But yeah, and like you said, we've got the perfect edition for it. We've got the Ironclad. I don't think it's going to be hard to table. It's finding, and with unknown games, you don't quite know how long they're going to take. So we know, okay, we've got 3 hours, we can play Scythe in that time. You know, we've got half an hour, we can play some Rolling Realms in that time. When you don't know the game, you don't know how long time you need to allocate to it.
How long am I going to be siphoning through the rulebook to work out what I'm allowed to do next?
So devoting an afternoon to playing it will be enough to get to the table, and then once we do, I know we're going to be playing this over and over again. I mean, we're under no illusions that this is Scythe 2.0 or the sort of, I know it's called the sequel, but I think we have always assumed that it would be a game in Scythe universe. In the same way that we've talked about Tidal Blades recently, Banner Festival and Heroes of the Reef, very different games in the same world. We've seen a lot of reviews that have said that is the case, and that's what we were expecting. We're not expecting that kind of Scythe gameplay from it, but it is a world that we like, so we're excited I don't know if
to play that.
I don't think I would want another game that's identical to Scythe. We've got Scythe and we've got all expansions for it. I'm happy with where that is. So something with that art, which I love, looks great. And the minis and just new kind of mechanics that seem familiar yet different is perfect. Great. So let's play some expeditions.
Absolutely. Hitting the top spot, number 1. We're getting in some space suits. We are travelling back in time and changing things. Anachrony.
You had me at time travel. Of
course I did. Anachrony's one. I mean, I clocked it a long time ago. I think I must have seen Tom Vassell talking about his favourite Euro game several years ago, I would say now, and always been really interested in it since that point. I was sort of had it in my wish list baskets and took a while, but I ended up, when did I get this? Several months ago, I would say springish time. It was certainly pre-Expo, so definitely prior to June, so earlier this year. Again, we haven't got it to the table yet, and it's a theme that I think we're both really going to enjoy. I did try to sort of half learn it on BGA.
You do this. Liv often just goes, I want to play Vindication. Let's see who's playing it. Great, I'll join a game. And then amazingly, you don't know how to play it. You don't learn by randomly pressing buttons.
No, well, some games you can, and it kind of talks you through like what are your options, and you have like if you've seen a video about roughly what the game does, and then it's kind of saying, right, now you need to do X, Y, Z.
I think something like Outlive you probably could do that.
Oh, 100%. But of course, I end up doing this with games that it's probably BGA is not their best format anyway, and then without knowing what I'm doing, I end up just button pushing, hoping it will say I can do something, and then not still really understanding what I've chosen and why and what impact that has had at any point in the game, or how many points I'm going to score. No clue. So that did me no favours whatsoever, apart from it looked nice.
It's got a very famous, colour.
Yeah.
I know the box.
Yeah.
And looking up at just seeing up here, it's 30 minutes per player. So it's not a very long game, if that's true.
No, I was surprised actually by the BGA game, that obviously it was one day I take one turn and then I wait a little while and then I take another turn 2 days later, whatever. But it wasn't drawn out and out and out. It did play for a little while, but that was about between turn times rather than how long the game was. So I'm hoping that it won't be, hugely difficult in terms of tabling and learning. And I think hopefully it'll be a case of we're playing it badly rather than we don't know how to play it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully. And then once we've played that, there's a lot of expansions.
Wow. That's a rabbit hole, isn't it?
As always. Let's add more things that we haven't played to the
more to the pile of shame. Why not?
The shelves. Why not? Yeah, exactly. So that has been our top 10 shelf of shame games that we are desperate to play whilst we have a week off together later in the month. Any of your favourites here, any that you play, you can give some hints and tips in the comments. We'd love to know that. Or any that are on your shelves that you're desperate to pull off and actually get played. We would love to hear about those too.
Yeah, do let us know in the comments down below. and wish us luck.
Yes.
Obviously,
it's a lot of learning.
It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of games to cover but if there's 10 games here and we've got a week, that's 2 a day. I think it's doable. We can do it.
Maybe. If it goes well, maybe we'll do some sort of vlog video on it, and if it goes badly, we'll just mention the ones that we played at the games we played that month.
If it goes terribly, you'll never see that. You'll never see the vlog if it goes badly. Just something you'll never see. But if you do want to see what content we're making, what a fantastic segue that was, do consider subscribing to our channel, liking the video, joining the discussion below. We post a video all about board games at least twice a week, right here on YouTube.
And of course, if you're looking to buy board games, then do head to your friendly local game store. For us here in the southeast of England, it is Chaos Cards, but they do have a website too. So if you aren't local to us, it doesn't matter, you can use their website, and if you check out the description, you will see a discount code that will get you a little bit off if you spend over £35 with them.
As always, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.